Because this is how the game is played, my friends. MSNBC was unaware that Harris' campaign gave $500,000 to Al Sharpton's group ahead of a friendly interview. Ah, yes. Gave two $250,000 donations to Sharpton's nonprofit. Oh, I can tell you about nonprofits, my friends. So there are a bunch of reports that, like, Oprah's production company received a bunch of money. Let me start here and help out all our liberal friends, because I know you're not going to want to hear it. Donald Trump announced in his first term that he would use Trump Doral as the HQ for the G7 event. I think it was G7. And there was an outrage. People were furious, saying, you can't do this, Donald Trump. You can't use your own property for this government affair. And I agreed. Donald Trump should not use his own properties for these international governmental affairs. Many on the right and Trump supporters said, no, Tim, he's giving a discount. It's great. It means the government's going to save money by using his properties. He's doing them a favor. And I say, doesn't matter. It's a conflict of interest. He's charging them something, right? At least cost. This is benefiting his business. He shouldn't do it. You know, I can agree it's a discount, sure, but the money still comes to the company, and the money is then used to pay staff, to, look, let me put it this way. If you own a business and you're not getting any orders, you've got staff to pay, and you're sitting there being like, I have to pay these people whether they do the work or not. Someone comes in and says, I'll buy this load, this lumber off you at cost, and you're like, well, that will still cover the cost of the hard fixed labor that I have to pay anyway. So might as well. It's money coming in. So when you see that the Harris campaign made any kind of contribution or payment and they say, no, that's not paying for an interview. No different. Take a look at this corruption. MSNBC admitted it was unaware that Vice President Kamala Harris' campaign paid $500,000 to Rev. Al Sharpton's National Action Network nonprofit ahead of a friendly interview with the Democratic nominee on Election Day. Harris sat down for a friendly interview on October 20th with MSNBC's Sharpton, an open supporter of Harris, the Democratic Party. Following Harris's loss to Donald Trump, FEC filings revealed that the Harris campaign gave two $250,000 donations to Sharpton's nonprofit organization in September and October. But the MSNBC host did not inform viewers of the contributions or of the conflict of interest before or after the interview. Quote, MSNBC was unaware of the donations made to the National Action Network, a spokesperson told the Washington Free Beacon, who first broke the story. The Free Beacon added that Sharpton did not inform Network Brass that his nonprofit received money from the Harris campaign. MSNBC declined to say if Sharpton would face consequences, he should be terminated. This is grounds for ending a contract. This is a huge violation. This is overt corruption in media. They say MSNBC did not respond to multiple requests for additional comment from Fox News. Sharpton appeared in MSNBC as recently as Monday on Morning Joe. Harris sat down for the friendly interview last month on MSNBC's Politics Nation, which happened to fall on the same day as her 60th birthday. Quote, today's your birthday, and we all reflect on our birthdays, what our life would mean. You called me on my birthday. Thanks again. What do you want 50 years from now history to say about Kamala Harris? Quote, I hope that, and I really do work that, my life will have proven to have been a life that is about fighting for the people, fighting for the dignity of people. I am so happy she lost. My friends, I read quotes quite a bit, and I can't stand Harris because she just vomits words that don't say anything all the time. Let's try this like a sane, normal human being. Someone says to me, Tim, 50 years from now, what do you want history to say about you? I want him to say that I fought for people, for the dignity of all people. There you go. Now, I get it. I've done these interviews, and they'll say, this is what we do in these interviews. We say, answer your question with the question. That is, if I say, what color is the sky? Say, the sky is blue. Don't say blue, because we can't show that. Like, it's just you saying a word. It doesn't mean anything. We want full context. We want you to articulate it in a way that is meaningful. And this is for the purpose of context. So if I had to do that, and they said, Tim, what do you want history to say about you 50 years from now? I'd go, 50 years from now, I hope the history books say that I fought for all people. That's it. We done. What does Kamala Harris do? I hope that, and I really do work that, my life will have proven to have been a life that is about fighting for the people. Holy crap. I hope that and I really do work that my life will have proven to be a life. Huh? Wow. This lady. Someone needs to just tell her, stop. Stop saying things for no reason. Well, you know what? She lost. Some little girl or little boy is going to be talking about you like you talked about Miss Shirley Chisholm, Sharpton commented, comparing Harris to the first black woman elected to Congress, who also made a presidential run in 1972. Ooh, Shirley Chisholm. Former U.S. rep. That's amazing. She was elected in, what is it? Secretary of the House Democratic Caucus. January 3rd, 1969, member of the U.S. House of Representatives from New York's 12th District. Wow. And that's what Kamala Harris wants to be compared to. The Free Beacon also noted that the Society of Professional Journalists called the move a black eye on both MSNBC and journalism. Reporter Chuck Ross posted on X that MSNBC ignored inquiries related to the story until the SPJ spoke out. MSNBC is done. They are fried. It's been a difficult few weeks for MSNBC as liberal viewers have fled the network since Trump's victory over Harris on Election Day. Since the election, MSNBC is down 42% among total day viewers and down 52% during prime time compared to its 2024 averages. Now, you know what the funny thing is? Some might say, yeah, that's just because the election's over and people don't want to watch anymore. Our ratings are up over at Timcast. And Fox News' ratings are up. So Sharpton wasn't the only media ally that received payment from the campaign to his organization. They say the campaign also gave a $350,000 payment to New Vision Media on September 9th, according to FEC filings, first reported by The Times. New Vision Media is a media company run by progressive journalist Roland Martin. Martin, a Harris supporter, interviewed her on his streaming program in October. Abject corruption. You know, my friends, we interviewed Donald Trump. And we had to make arrangements for that. It cost us money. So we got word that Trump may appear at the Libertarian Convention. I talked to booking and I talked to people at the convention and I talked to people we know Trump, said, can we get any time with Trump while he's there? And he gave us time. We were supposed to get a half hour, but he was late. And it's a bummer. I wish we did get the full half hour, but we had about 18 minutes, I think. And we had to bring a mobile equipment studio, bring it to the room, drive in. We had to pay for a crew. It cost us money to do this. And I'm a Trump supporter, and I did the interview, but we did not receive anything for doing that. Kamala Harris couldn't get the support, and she knows it. And the Democrats knew it. And you mean to tell me MSNBC was not aware of this? I don't buy it for a second. Quote, it should have been a hell of a lot more, he said, according to the report. More should have been spent on black-owned media. Wow. The campaign also made two $500,000 payments to Oprah Winfrey's Harpo Productions on October 15th, a month after Winfrey's town hall with Harris and weeks before the pair appeared at a Harris Philadelphia rally. The full price of the event with Winfrey was closer to $2.5 million, Harris allies told The Times. A Harpo Production spokesperson acknowledged to Variety that the company took money from the campaign but claimed it was for production costs. Hence was the point I made at the top of the segment. When they say, we are not being bribed, it's a conflict of interest. They're covering your costs. They're paying your staff. They're paying your flat costs. I will stress it again. Whether or not we here at the Boonies at Freedomistan film skate videos, I have to pay for taxes, utilities, electricity, air conditioning, whatever. So if someone came to me and said, we want to rent out the space and we're going to cover the cost, I'm making money because otherwise I pay those costs. So, and this is obvious to anybody who owns property. Anybody who's owned multiple properties knows no one wants their property sitting empty. So there are commercial buildings Airbnb is a great example of this. It is better to break even than sit on a property and just spend on hard costs to maintain it. Oprah Winfrey, whether she actually got a profit off that or not, doesn't matter. It covers hard costs. This is the corruption we see. They propped up a fake candidate who didn't get any votes, who ran a garbage campaign and got paid, and paid for positive interviews. And they try to use semantics. Now what they're claiming, I love this, is say Trump didn't win the popular vote because he doesn't have 50% anymore. Hillary Clinton didn't get 50%. She got 48.2 or whatever. They called that the popular vote by 3 million. Donald Trump beat Kamala Harris in the popular vote. That's it. They're arguing that more people voted against Trump I would actually argue with Trump as the winner, more people voted against Kamala Harris. But they're going to cope and seethe. I'll leave it there, my friends. Smash the like button. Share the show. If you like it, become a member at timcast.com. We will see you all at youtube.com/timcastirl tonight, 8 p.m. Thanks for hanging out.